G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for some more Legendary Science. This time, loot from 100 kills of Captain Traunt. After the disappointment of Kilovolt, I was ready for some juicy loot, and Traunty delivers in fine form. Our method as always, 50 kills for 100 datasets so we can record the drops from Captain Traunt. No luck bonuses on gear or Guardian ranks, and Mayhem 3 normal difficulty. This is the final quest boss of Athenas, and in order to farm him you'll have to complete all associated quests and then run through Athenas to hit a checkpoint right before the boss. If you can put out a lot of damage, then Captain Traunt is an easy and fast fight. He's got a shield and a health bar, but no immunity phases. He alternates between cryo and fire modes and is resistant to the damage type he's currently in. The simplest solution is just to use physical or radiation damage so you won't run into any issues with resistances. If the fight drags on, he can be rather challenging with a lot of elemental AoE damage, but most of it is quite avoidable. You can hide up on the top paths, but he'll sometimes send fireballs and such along these paths to clear you out. It's better to keep an eye on him down in the main arena and simply avoid his incoming damage when needed. However, if you have good damage and healing, you can probably just juke it out like we do and burn him down pretty quickly. Just be careful of the ice walls he throws up sometimes, especially if you're using a weapon that you can hurt yourself with. As long as the Mayhem mods weren't too crazy, we were able to kill Traunt in between 30 seconds to a minute. So, what were the results? In 100 kills of Captain Traunt, we got a whopping 104 Legendaries. Our highest so far by a large margin, and making Traunt the first boss to break the more than one Legendary per kill ratio. This was also the first time we got some nice mega explosions, with Amy getting 5 Legendaries in one kill, and us both getting multiple 3 and 4 drop kills. Definitely our most exciting kills so far. So on average per kill of Captain Traunt, you'll get 1.04 Legendaries, 0.03 Anointed Legendaries, 391,644 credits, 12.9 Iridium, and about 8,500 XP, though it did seem to vary a little bit. With this number of Legendaries, it's surprising that the number of Anointed drops was still quite low. It's more than 3 times the amount of Legendaries that Kilovolt dropped, and yet only twice as many Anointed Legendaries. I think that what this means is that Anointed Legendary drops are just simply so rare that even with larger amounts of drops, it still seems quite random how many you'll get. Maybe I need to do like 1,000 kills or something to get a decent dataset on Anointed drops. So, what did we get in our farming? Well, the interesting thing here is that, according to the data at least, there doesn't seem to be a loot-tabled boss-specific Legendary drop for Captain Traunt. Going through the list, I certainly can't see anything that stands out, that isn't otherwise a world drop. We got plenty of multiple copy drops of various Legendaries, but they are all world drops. So if Traunt has a loot-tabled Legendary drop, it's likely just so rare that we didn't get it, or it's mixed into this list somewhere as a one-off. It's entirely possible, and I think quite likely, however, that Captain Traunt just simply doesn't have a tabled Legendary. With so many drops, we got a lot of copies of some uniques, with the highest being 5 drops of the Static Charge artifact. We also got 4 copies of the Transformer Shield and 4 copies of Zane's Cold Warrior. The best drops we got were a better rolled Flakka for me and a shock-splitting Hex Grenade, which while not quite as good as my Mitosis Hex, it's still useful to have as a nice alternative element for cryo-resistant enemies. I also got a really nice stopgap shield, which was good enough to upgrade out of my really good purple shield that I've been using for a while, and even worth using over a Transformer on my build since I already have high shock resistance. So, all in all, Captain Traunt is a fantastic farm. He's fast to kill, not too challenging if you have some decent gear, and he drops a metric ton of Legendaries. He doesn't appear to have a boss-specific Legendary to farm for, but if you're looking for world drops, then he's our best candidate so far at least. And he's the new leader on our leaderboard. And that's it for this episode of Legendary Science. If you have a suggestion of who we should farm next, let us know in the comments below. That's it for now, I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.